fundamental right to exercise your opinion and to say what you want to change. And the swamp hasn't been drained. I mean, if we have a president who's getting close to 5,000 misstatements and lies, and he clearly doesn't even never read the Constitution if he doesn't understand that the 14th Amendment makes everybody who's born here a citizen, and that was upheld by the Supreme Court in 1898 for the children of slaves who had come here illegally. And the fact of the matter is that this is probably one of the most important elections we've had in decades. I mean, I think 2016 was important, but it didn't go the way a lot of people wanted, the majority of Americans. So now we have a chance to change things and try to set things right, and the only way it's going to do it is people get out to vote. And
okay, Martha, thank you so much for that. You're hearing fired up Democratic voters. We understand on the Republican side there's some passion as well. A little news from Washington. The Secretary of State has announced that upcoming sanctions on Iranian oil sales are intended to place maximum pressure on the Iranian government to change its behavior in the Mideast. The Trump administration, of course, withdrew the United States from the 2015 nuclear deal. It has been continuing with other great powers, but these sanctions are intended to perhaps bust that out. With the, call it, minute and a half we have left, Mary Bruce, tell us a little bit, in thinking about this election and the stakes that Martha and other voters, other analysts have placed on it, what races are you looking to determine whether or not there will be a shift in the balance of power in Washington?
Oh, there's so many interesting races. It's one of the tough, it's one of the tough things about this election. I think the only thing that's certain at this point out is the amount of uncertainty right now. What fascinates me are a couple things. One, what's going to happen in those deep red states where you currently have Democrat incumbents, those moderate Democrats who have embraced some of President Trump's policies, voted with Republicans on some issues. What happens to them now? I'm talking about, Heidi Heitkamp in North Dakota, Claire McCaskill in Missouri. I've spent a lot of time on the ground in both of those states. It will be interesting to see how those voters have shifted over the last 2 years, if at all. And then you have so many fascinating firsts in this election, which are really amazing. Not only do you have this record number of women who are running, more than a quarter of all candidates are women, more than 1/8 of them women of color. You also have just a whole slew of firsts, a large number of LGBTQ candidates running, more veterans running. You could have the first African-American female governor down in Georgia, as we were talking about. And it's just a remarkable sign of where the country is right now, the direction in which we are moving. So it will be amazing to see, history will be made one way or another. Let's put it that way.
You've been hearing the voice of Mary Bruce. She's congressional correspondent.